Annual fee on H-1B visas, a sweeping overhaul expected to hit Indian workers hardest as they dominate approvals.
Well, to put it mildly, it's an atrocity and unnecessary. And you said that it will hit Indians. Yes, it will hit Indians, but it will also hit American economy, because the young Indians are providing a good part of the brain power required to take American economy forward, and he is sort of, what shall I say, keen on scoring a self-goal.
Saying trade deal talks back on track, Goyal-led team in U.S. next week. The India-U.S. trade deal talks positive, forward-looking, both sides pursuing early outcomes.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, but I still have a shade of doubt as to President Trump's intentions. And let us see, because first of all, the imposition of 25% additional tariff on the basis of the spurious argument, facetious argument, that it was Modi's war, that India was financing the war on Ukraine, when America itself is financing by importing fertilizer, palladium, thorium and whatnot, when European Union is importing energy. So it was a spurious argument. So let us see what he has in mind.
Than EU in current politics, Ian Bremer explains how US political scientists said that India is better positioned than many countries because it is not only a leader of the global south but also the effective bridge with the West.
That's a correct statement, and what is now being realized in the West, though slowly, is that India is determined to pursue an independent foreign policy. It's not that India's interests do not coincide with the interests of other countries, but when they coincide, India will cooperate with them. But India cannot be a camp follower of any country, including the United States, which, American pundits and other pundits in the West are, as I said, slowly recognizing.
That if need be, our nuclear program can be given to Saudis. He said it during when he was responding to a question on Pakistan's Geo TV. He basically said, let me make one point clear about Pakistan's nuclear capability. That capability was established long ago when we conducted tests. Since then, we have forces trained for the battlefield. How do you see his remarks, sir?
Well, let's look at it historically. Pakistan decided to go nuclear after its disastrous, historic defeat in the 1971 war. I was in Vienna, and we had conducted at Baba Atomic Research Center, a scientific meeting on enrichment of uranium. Pakistan was not invited because it had no capability. It was not doing any enrichment. Well, I got a call from the IAEA whether they could, Pakistan has asked for that paper, whether they could share it. Well, I said I would come back to you. Well, I made some inquiries and I came to know that IAEA had already given it to them. In other words, they started looking at uranium enrichment, and a little later, Bhutto came out with the statement, we will eat grass, still we will have it. So it's, it's as old as 1971. Now, as regards the current scenario, I should say that Pakistan has exploited the situation created by Netanyahu and Trump, because Trump knew that, in fact, Netanyahu had spoken to Trump 50 minutes before the attack. So Netanyahu did it with Trump's approval. We don't even know whether Pentagon has helped with mid-air refueling. Anyway, so the situation created by Netanyahu and Trump has been exploited by Pakistan. There is a sense of insecurity in the GCC countries, and Pakistan has been able to sign that agreement with Saudi Arabia, though they had a collaboration long time ago. I mean, there was a time when the Pakistani soldiers were, giving protection to the king and all that. So it's a major gain for Pakistan because they will get a lot of financial support, for the army and for other things from Saudi Arabia. And also there is a clause that attack on one is attack on both. So in a manner of speaking, Saudi Arabia will be obliged should there be a war. But at the same time, I can also see a silver lining. That is, Saudi Arabia doesn't want a war between India and Pakistan because Saudi Arabia has strong, deep, broad relations with India. So it doesn't want to choose between India and Pakistan. Therefore, my advice to Saudi Arabia is tell Pakistan to stop the export of terrorism, make a declaration, tell India that they will never again export it, and then India is prepared to have good relations with Pakistan.
Weekly media briefing that Pakistan, as a responsible country, remains committed to peace, regional stability and a meaningful dialogue for resolution of all outstanding issues, including the dispute of Jammu and Kashmir.
Well, my view is that if Pakistan is serious about it, as I said earlier, it should make a declaration that Pakistan's soil will not be used, will not be permitted to use for export of terrorism to India. And as regards Pahalgam, I had said it earlier, the person behind it is the now Field Marshal Munir, because in March he had said that there was a conference of commanders, regional commanders, that India was behind the Jafar Express, you remember? And that we have to give, quote, a strategic response, unquote, to India. Then in April, a few days before Pahalgam occurred, he had put it on X, tweet, that our brave brethren in Kashmir are fighting for liberation. We have to support them. So, and nothing happens of that type of thing in Pakistan without his knowledge and approval. So he is really behind it.